Dad, consider me the ghost of Christmas future. Yes, that's right. In the future, we're all going to be driving electric 3-row SUVs with our families, and you'd be good to start with this one. Yes, allow me to introduce you to the all-new 2026 Hyundai Ioniq 9. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. This is Dad Drives on Hot Cars. I'm Bradley Hasemeyer, a dad of two and a car enthusiast just like you. And today, Dad, I am telling you, I am imploring you, put this vehicle toward the very top of your next dad ride list. Let's get into it. While I'm reclining in the second row, Dad, I know you're busy, so let's just start everything off with some specs. Now, the range on this can be up to 335 miles. You can charge from 0 to 80% in 24 minutes and has a Tesla-style charger built in, plus adapters. This one right here has 425 horsepower and hits 0 to 60 in less than 5 seconds. Those are great numbers. Back to my nap. All right, now before we get started, let's start off by addressing the electric elephant in the room. I know car enthusiasts, they dog on that whole buzzy powertrain. Electric vehicles have no soul, they have no sound, and I hear that, I do. Trust me, I love an AMG. I love something from BMW in the 80s or 90s with an M in front of a number that's singular. I love all that stuff. But not all vehicles have soul, not all have sound. Think about minivans, basic 3-row SUVs. So let's just take that idea. For right now, let's shelf it, okay? We'll come back to it if we need to. Is it shelve or shelf? Because you're putting it on the shelf, but maybe the action is to shelve it. So we're gonna shelve it for now, and we'll come back to it. But just, it's electric, and we're gonna get into why that's great. All right, so let's just get into it, right? 3 pros, 3 cons, and then you tell me what you think in the comments because, hey, dads are all about communication. Pro number 1, the style. Now, I will say, when I first saw pictures of the unveil and all that, I was kind of like, I don't know about that rear kind of boat tail look, but in person, it's fantastic. This thing pulled up, Hyundai dropped it off, and I was like, okay, Hyundai, somebody knows what they're cooking over there. This looks fantastic. I mean, you've got this 80s retro modern kind of vibe with all these pixels that'll make all your Minecraft crazy kids stoked. You could tell them this is the Minecraft car, and then they're gonna wanna go with you everywhere you want. This is great, I love that. I love some of the angles here. There are enough angles mixed with kind of some rounded edges. Obviously, aerodynamics are huge when it comes to efficiency and range for a vehicle that's EV. I mean, it is for gas cars too, but you're not really caring that much. I had the EV9, tested that, had a blast with it. A lot more boxy, a lot more squared off. So a comparable Hyundai Ioniq 9, because they both share the same platform actually, will get you 30 to 40 more miles of overall range just because of the aero and because of the shape of the car. So that's pretty cool. Now up front, you have this ginormous grille. This thing is huge. And if you look at it closely, you can realize there's detail even behind this kind of like black opaque glass. Hello? Just a crow. Crows love this car. On the front, these are active shutters. These will open and close. There is actually a radiator there. Most electric vehicles have a totally flush front. You've seen that on Teslas and other vehicles like that, but that helps cool the batteries, cool the motors, engines, all the, not engines, but the motors and all those kind of pieces. So the front has those active shutters. You do have a front camera here, a bunch of sensors in the front as well, and this is actually a frunk. I really like this cool kind of piece. I know it's just a little piece of trim, but it kind of gives it more of a squared off vibe. And this lower piece of black that runs all the way through this gloss, it looks kind of like a Mars rover a little bit. And so it breaks up some of that and gives it some style points there. And I love, of course, how everything kind of crescendos right back here. Really cool piece as the silver comes back here and the roof comes down. And it really gives like a boat tail vibe, which is something that you see on high-end cars and on boats. But one of my favorite pieces, the design elements, I noticed after I parked it and I was walking back out to it, and it's back here. Now, if you follow me on Instagram, and you should, you'll know that I love wagons. I had a BMW wagon. I currently have a W211 Mercedes-Benz wagon. And I was also kind of contemplating getting a Volvo wagon at some point. And this is partly why. This V70, XC70 kind of vibe, also XC90 and 60 part of their design language. I just love how this kind of pops out, and it's part of the whole boat tail kind of coming together, so it's kind of a natural element to the design. And then of course these
more of your Minecraft LEDs that come all the way up and around. In the back, it's flush. This is kind of a cool element too, is normally when it says like Porsche or Nissan or whatever, it's like badges that have kind of been stuck on, but this is actually in and flush. I'm sure you could argue there's some aerodynamic reasons for that, but I think it's more about a style thing. And the subtle Hyundai kind of behind the glass is really neat. And they've got the wiper integrated into this rear kind of like exterior piece that pops out. It's not quite a spoiler, but you know what I'm talking about. So I love that as well. And then you've even got like some of the lights down here for brakes and braking on the side. Looks like something off a Formula One car. I tested the Ioniq 5 which I love. That was a great car. Fun review with that one. And it had something similar, almost like you'd have on a track. So there's some cool little like tidbits and design elements that I love about the exterior. So that is pro number one. Now, pro number two is the interior space and storage. All kinds of cubbies, plenty of space between the first and the second row. I mean, the amount of leg room that my kid has in the second row with my wife in the front, fully comfortable. A lot of times it's a compromise. My wife has to, you know, be on a road trip and the glove box is at her knees and she's okay with it, but that's not what I want. And my kid's in the back seat, he finally has enough space. No, everybody wins in this scenario. And in this case, the second row has the reclining chairs. Hyundai also offers, get this is kind of wild, swivel seats. Yeah, you can swivel your chair either 90 or 180 degrees. And this is perfect if you're somebody who has a car seat, because you have a little baby and you're picking them up and you're clicking them in the car seat. You can rotate that seat out towards you and click it in and then spin it back. That's wild. Also, if you're gonna have some executive meeting or you need to have a little heart-to-heart with your teen, you can get the seats that go 180 and they're facing the third row. Look me in the eyes when you lie to me. That's just what I say to my teen. All right, so let me just show you some of the storage elements that I'm talking about and the space in this car. Check it out. All right, so on the interior, this here is something that you're gonna love. This is called the floating island, and that's because it houses all the things you need, including large water bottle holder, thank you Hyundai, and of course, room for your coffee as well. You've got some of your elements here that you use for drive mode, but just in terms of storage, you can reach under here and slide it all the way back. And why that's super cool is because not only can I access this and do that there, but on the back, if you're back here and you want to access it because you got drinks or something in there, you can do that as well. That is super smart. Of course, because it's an EV, there's no transaxle coming through, so it's a flat floor, there's plenty of space. You can put your feet there, you could slide over if you wanted. Pretty rad. Also in here, you've got storage in a cubby. You got another cubby down here. You have your 100 watt USB-C chargers. That's gonna charge your phone up in no time at all. There's a little bit of this here. It's not really storage. There is a little storage in here. It's kind of like this hidden space, and of course a glove box as well. Super smart with the storage. Also in the door, well, can't really fit big water bottles there. But if you have medium-sized water bottles, those will fit fine, no problem. In the back, the storage and space just continue. Look at this. This is my son's car seat. He has plenty of legroom. He's not gonna be kicking this, annoying his mom or me. USB-C charger back here. We'll talk about some of the second row in a minute, but this back here is just wildly fantastic. So life in the second row is actually very good. You also have this cool storage area here. That was part of that floating island. It can slide forward. I have my own climate zone, heated seat, ventilated seat in this trim. All of that back here, awesome. Now in the third row, I can get back there with a little push, making a strange clicking sound. Come on back here. The seats are great, very comfortable. You've got cup holder, the ability to recline the seat even more. I can move the seat up, forward and back, which is really handy because when this person now moves their seat, I would ask them to move forward a little bit, but look at how much space is up there anyway, so that's fine. So 6'1", this is a little bit snug, but look at this headroom. Look at this. And that's because I've leaned the seat back. So I can just kind of like chill out here, relax, put my cup in the cup holder, charge up my phone, and when I'm ready, just push the button, move back up. Feeling good. Now, a lot of times when you have a 3-row SUV, this third row negates some of that storage back there. So it's like, oh great, we have 3 rows, but we can't take people and luggage. Hyundai solved that. Check it out. Back here, I've already got 2 bags full of stuffies for Goodwill, clothes that don't fit anymore for Goodwill, my camera bag, and look at how much storage is still left. Plenty of space. And especially even if you move the seats forward a little bit, depending on if there's someone here or not, you can control all those seats right here. So there you go. As you can see, lots of space, lots of storage, great job. Now on to number 3. Pro number 3, the drive. The charging, the range, the actual enjoyment of driving an electric vehicle, specifically this one, it brings with it real dad vibes. I'm totally into this. If you go with the just rear-wheel drive variant, you can get up to 335 miles of range. To me, the car that Dad drives has to imbue some of that, like, bring the family along for an adventure. I want to road trip this. I want to adventure with this. It makes a lot of sense for families, for dad life, and I'm sold. I'm really into this thing. All right, let's get to acceleration. Let me put this in sport mode. Great, drops my estimate a little bit for my range. Oh yeah, baby, 0 to 60 in less than 5 seconds. I've seen people on the internet doing it for like 4.5, and that is really quick for a 3-row family hauler. You hear all the stuff bouncing around on the inside? That's my Goodwill trip and my trip to storage later. Some of my camera gear too. Whoops. It's because it's got this heavy battery, because it's pure electric, it is a heavier vehicle, but a lot of that power, a lot of that weight rather, is toward the bottom of the vehicle. So physics being physics, you're able to take this and turn it harder, and it's going to be more planted than you would if this were a gas variant, where the engine raises that center of gravity and pushes it forward. It totally changes the dynamics. So having that low and flat weight in the vehicle is actually an advantage in something like this. I also love just the vibes in here. I know that's Amanda's thing. Amanda, you're all about the vibes. I'm about the dad vibes. And I mean, from the Alcantara suede in here, the roof, the active noise canceling, the leather, the metallic. I'm not exactly sure what's going on up here on the dash with this like 70s Miami Beach stucco, but hey, you know, they're not all winners. All right, well, you can't have all your cake and eat it too. Con number 1, it's a bit pricey. The base model starts around 60 and it gets all the way up to the high 70s. This one, in fact, is $79,000. Now that's steep. I will say, currently, there are still tax credits you could get. There are also, I was looking on the site, like build your own Ioniq 9, and I was looking at that, and there were some other incentives, super low rate on a lease with a little bit down if you wanted to do something like that. That's not a bad way to go, but if you're just coming out of pocket because it's a business expense, because this is 6,030 something pounds, something around that. So yeah, it's gonna cost you a little bit, especially if you want this top trim all-wheel drive performance calligraphy design. And con number 2, this has a built-in Tesla charging port, which means you need dongles if you're going to charge other places. For instance, if you want to charge using a normal charger at home, you would have to take this, stick that in there, okay? But then, oh, maybe you have a fast charger that you found. Well, it doesn't work with that, it only works with this. So then you got to use this one to click that in and let that keep going. Then there's these things. I don't even know what these things are. I'm sure these are super important, but you know, sometimes you need a little extra dongles, and that could be kind of annoying. Plus, if you're using the Tesla charging, sometimes those cost more, sometimes they cost less, sometimes you need the app. There's kind of some complications to it. You'll figure it out eventually, but it's worth noting, Tesla charger built in. And con number 3, I'm not even totally sure you would use this for hauling, but if you wanted to, only the all-wheel drive can tow up to 5,000. The standard rear-wheel drive, which is the base model, that's only going to be capped at 3,500. So I guess you could tow what, like a jet ski or you after Thanksgiving? Am I right? Am I right? You could be looking for that Kia EV9, which is a great option. This does have more range. You could be looking at a Tesla, which costs a little bit more, and I would argue doesn't have as much style and Definitely doesn't have as much space, especially in that third row, especially in the second row as well. Like there's so much that this vehicle brings to the table. Now maybe you're thinking, okay, what about a Rivian, Bradley? I want to keep in that electric world. The Rivian definitely is more of like an adventure style vehicle, but the base model Rivian with only 200 something miles of range is what this fully loaded calligraphy priced is at. So it's like 80,000, you know, kind of, to me, it seems like this would be the winner in that case, unless you're doing a lot of off-road kind of stuff. I love Rivian and I love what they're doing, but pound for pound, dollar for dollar, you're getting a whole lot more here. And that's what Hyundai and Kia do, right? They're like the value brands. They're bringing a whole lot to the table. And I know you're thinking, Bradley, yes, it starts at 60, but I want all the bells and whistles, and that's gonna be almost $80,000. And $80,000 is a lot of dollars. But guess what, guys? Yeah, it is. It's expensive. But you know what else is expensive? Everything right now. Bananas, eggs. Sometimes it's cheaper to go out to eat than it is to go to the grocery store and buy food for the family. I don't understand it. What world are we living in? But that's it. The average car price is around $47,000, the average. Now let me speak for that person who's thinking EVs are ridiculous and I can't have an EV. Let me ask you, what are you looking for in a car? You need space? Plenty of it. You need storage? Great. You want luxury? Yes, it's all right here. You want tech? Did you see the screens on the inside? Did you see there's a fingerprint sensor so that it can load in your identity and your preferences for the seats and all that? Yeah, it's all there. You want convenience? How about the floating island? You want space for your kids? Plenty of that. All right, guys, so what do you think, huh? Let me know in the comments below. Like I said, I would love to get your vibes on this. Are you interested in a car like this? Is this something you see sitting in your garage, taking your family around, running errands? Make sure you're following Hot Cars for up-to-the-minute articles, reviews, news, breaking news, broke news, all the news. We got all of it. And make sure you're following me at BHaz on Instagram, at Hazemeyer on TikTok. I'm posting about cars like this. Full article will be on hotcars.com very soon. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Keep on dadding and enjoy your drive.